Well, hey there, crafty friend. Suzanne here in the studio today with this month's studio wrap-up video. Okay, one of the things I've been working on is using some of the newer papers in my stash. And this is actually Echoes Park Good to Be Home. And my sister and I picked this up in Springfield, Missouri at Scrapbook Generation at their store. Just not that much before they announced they were closing their store and just going to online only. So I was glad I was able to get there at least once. We picked up, I think, either 6 or 8 pieces of paper and the sticker sheet, and then one embellishments, and for me was the Brad pack. And then I think later on I came across the die cuts and got some of those as well. So, family time. Actually, I made this layout in response to one of the challenges my sister and I are doing to use thickers. So that worked out really good. I just love these little houses. Let's stay home. Home is the comfiest place to be. Happy life. So we've got the photos going across, and then we just used pieces of paper and cardstock as little accent pieces in both places. And then, of course, we've offset the pattern paper. Isn't that fun? Okay, then next up, something even a little bit different. Here we've got the nice solid base on both of these, and then the striped paper at the top. And then we've just layered several pieces of the cut up pattern paper underneath. And then we've made clusters. I just love this. This is a little more complicated cluster than I had been doing, so I like the way it turned out. This floral pattern's pretty busy, and it's got it in 2 different scales here, so you kind of got to be a little bit careful. So very cute though. This, of course, I believe is a 4x6 cut apart card, which is why the scale is smaller. Okay, and then last but not least is this one. And then here we have slightly tilted photos going across, having somewhere to go as a home, having someone to love as a family, having both as a blessing. And so that's really cute. Got the puffy stickers going on here. So these pages went together really, really quick. There's something about fresh paper that's very motivating, isn't it? Okay, what's next? All right, so one of the other things I was doing in the studio in May was to try and use up some leftovers. So here is a quick 2-page double layout using Close to My Heart mix-in papers. I had some of these singles and doubles that were older, and I wanted to go ahead and get them used up. And this sketch here is pretty straightforward. It is based on a Close to My Heart Creative Insider sketch, which is what they gave to makers for easy scrapbook pages to do at workshops with their customers. And as you can see here, basically I've used the front and back of 2 different pattern papers, and then we have a zip strip here at the bottom. And then this is really the stamping on this is what makes it. I forgot to look up the name of the stamp set. I'll pop it up here on the screen. but isn't this cute? And then I've embellished with some black acrylic hearts from Close to My Heart, and then some Queen & Company halfback pearls in pastel colors. Oh, see down here I've made a journaling card. Again, I did that stamping. And then down here on this one, welcome little one. I always cut these double. So one that I have one to practice on in case one doesn't come lined up, and the other is just so it's double thick. Gives it a little bit more dimension even when you're using dimensionals underneath it. So that was a quick and easy project. And it had been a little while since I'd done a little stamping on a layout. Oh, I wanted to show you, this is how I organize my zip strips. And until I worked on this layout, these were just all laid in here cattywampus. And I sorted them out on the counter. And then I decided to go ahead and put them with clips, little binder clips. That way, if there are two of them, the two of them are right together. Because it wasn't hard finding one, but it always seems like I spent so much more time digging for the second one. So I think that's going to work out real well. At the point where I've used up most of my Close to My Heart paper, I will probably get rid of these, but they do come in handy. And as you can see, I used a couple on that previous layout. Okay, the other thing I did is I was going back through some page bases I had done, and these were from a Keller Creations class. And they were pretty plain. They didn't even have photo placeholders on it. And her thing is that it's quick scrapbooking, and then you can lay the photos out. You have a lot of options on that. Well, I thought they also looked plain, so I keep going past them and I don't use them. Here's this one. This one I didn't add a whole lot to, except I went ahead and decided on photo placement. Since these were obvious photo mats, I didn't actually put a photo mat here or photo placeholder here. But then I added, this card was from Simple Stories, The Simple Life, and the colors were just perfect. And then I added in some little wooden hearts. So I think these turned out cute, and a few dots in as well. So it just stepped it up a little bit. This next one was fun because I decided to get all slanty with the photos. We have this tag coming out here at an angle. So I cut down a 3x4 card from The Simple Life, Simple Stories. And then I did 4x4 here, and then three 3x3s here, along with this Simplify for the title. And then over here we have Blessed. This is also from The Simple Stories, so this was an add-on. And then I've added in some dots. So I think that took this one up a step as well. So hopefully I can figure out some photos I can match up with that. Here's another one. This one, I just really added the beautiful title and some dots, and then these three little houses. This is our happy place. So I think that turned out real cute. She does a lot of these tag pockets. Keller's Creations does. I haven't really bought any of her stuff in years. But it was a fun class when we took it, but I only ever took it the 1 year. Here's this next one. Here I've added Welcome here, and then Home Forever. And then I've tucked these photos in these rings, and we've got a 2.5 by 2.5, a 3x3, and a 4x4. I think that was part of what was keeping me from using these. Sometimes more guidance is better than less. So very cute. I thought those were just really cute. Little farmhouse look. Add a little something something, and to get rid of the sticker package I had that was less than half full. And here is the last one. This might be my favorite. Our family, our story, I added here, and then some dots, and then the all of us. So I think that'll be a nice focal photo right there. Okay. Alrighty. This is going to be a pretty short wrap-up video unless I find something else to add at the end. So stay tuned to see if I do. Really, I should call this video Suzanne Should Be Shot. Why is that? Well, because I went out and I got a new paper pad. I know, I do not need paper pads. Just because I've used a few paper pads does not mean I need more paper pads. But, you know, what can you do? Sometimes we're just, you know, irrational, and our little scrapbooking habit needs what our scrapbooking habit needs. So I also went further and I went ahead and got the Easter paper crafting stickers. There are actually 5 pages in this. And then the single, these have dimension. So that's lots of stickers. Should we flip through this paper pad and see what all is included? We have 48 sheets of 24 designs. They have foil accents, and it includes 42 accent tags, which are actually at the back. I will flip through this, going this way. Okay, there we have the first. It's just really cute. Then we have this pretty lily of the valley, pink lily of the valley. And then we have the eggs, and these Happy Easter are in gold. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. And we have this pretty tulip in pink and yellow. We've got blue lily of the valley. Got this oversized check in taupe. That's a really pretty color. The little green bunnies. This is cute and a good scale. Then we have these, I don't know, is that a forget-me-not with these big leaves? That's a cute pattern. Then we have carrots. Okay, that may be a little too themey for me. Oh, this is pretty. We've got both the tulips and the lily of the valley, and little gold dots, teeny tiny gold dots. Beautiful butterflies, nice columns of those. Gold accented. Here we have the wicker baskets of carrots. Now, if those baskets look like Longaberger baskets instead, I might actually like this paper, but this is not my favorite. Here we have an all-over floral in the pretty cornflower blue color. Green check. We've got those wicker Easter baskets and eggs and ribbons. We got little chicks and chicks on eggs. Cute. Here we have white lily of the valleys. You know, 40 years ago, I had white lily of the valleys on my wedding invitation. Did you know that Suzanne comes from the word that meant lily? This is cute. I love this storybook look. This is real popular right now. Stampin' Up! Had just done a line like this, and I think I've seen at least one other company. Was it maybe Simple Stories had one? Very cute. Then we got the pink gingham. We've got that same pattern we saw before, this time in the green. Oh, I like these bunnies. That's a nice scale too. These are a little larger. That's really cute. We've got these stylized tulips again, and some blue gingham. And then sort of the page that pulls it all together with the storybooks and the carrots and the baskets and the eggs and some birds and some chicks. So I think this is going to be a fun pad to work with. As always, I appreciate your time and attention. Bye for a bit.